Hey grandkids, how you doing today? It is February 9th, Dylan's birthday today. Happy birthday to Dylan. I've already sent him some love and a present is on the way. Anyway, I just got back from my walk that I try to do every day, and when I go on my walk, a lot of times I'll get ideas of things that I want to talk to you about when I do my next video. And I wasn't planning on doing a next video, but when I went on my walk today, I got some ideas and I thought, you know what, today would be a good day to do a video. So here we go. Anyway, I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to turn around. I don't know why I can't do this. I want to show you my Valentine's tree. See if you can see it. It's red and pink, and that's about it with the white lights. Anyway, it's got some hearts on it and some little Cupid guys. Here's a little Cupid guy. Anyway, and look what's happened though. The top of my lights, for some reason the top of my tree, the lights burnt out and they won't work now, which is kind of a bummer. But the rest of it does, and anyway, that's the way it is. But that's my February tree, and I had to show it to you because some of you aren't going to be able to see it at all. All right, we're going to head back to the back room where I can sit in my chair, and we'll finish our video. Anyway, so it is February, the month of February, and the month of February is Valentine's Day is in the month of February, and some birthdays. And not Tibby, Landon and Marissa are getting married this month in a week from today. So that's pretty cool. Well, all those things have to do with love, and February is the month of love. So we're going to talk about love today just for a little while. And the things I was thinking about when I was taking my walk was just some certain things about love and why it's so important in our lives. And I think some of us maybe don't realize how important love is. And not only having love for others, but having love for yourself. And we'll talk about that too. So, first of all, I was thinking when I was walking, I was thinking about all you grandkids, from the very oldest to the very youngest, and how much Grandpa and I love you, and we love each of you. We love you all together as grandchildren, but we love each of you for the special things that you do and the special people you are, individually, all by yourself. If you are our only grandchild, we would love you just as much, and no more or less than what we do. So anyway, Grandpa and I just love you more than you know. And we love you unconditionally. Now, that's a big word, and some of you might not know what that means, but loving someone unconditionally means that it doesn't really matter what they do. It doesn't matter if they're nice to someone else or mean to someone else, or they've made bad choices or good choice. It doesn't matter. We don't love you because of what you've done or what you can do. We love you for who you really are deep down inside. And no matter what you do or what you don't do, we will love you. And that is loving someone unconditionally. You have to take away all the things that they might do, or all the things that they have done. So let's say you've had a brother or a sister be kind of mean to you, and maybe so mean that you just didn't feel like you loved them, but almost hated them at the time. Well, that's based on something that they have done to you. But if you take away all the things that anybody has done to you, and you just think of the person, deep down, you really do love your brother or your sister. And if something ever happened to them where they were in a position where they could get hurt or taken away or die or something like that, you would deep down figure out that you really, really do love that person. So Grandpa and I love you unconditionally. Doesn't matter what you do, what you don't do, what you say, what you don't say, how mean you are, how nice you are. We love you. We love each of you individually. And that's all the way from Jonah, Mars Eden, all the way down to Nora and Oslo, all the way down. We love each of you individually. Now, that's not to say that we would not be heartbroken or disappointed if you did do something that wasn't very nice, or something that wasn't keeping the commandments, or something that was going against what your parents have tried to teach you. We would be heartbroken and we would be disappointed, but we would still love you. We'd still love you. And we have to remember that. Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, loved everybody. It didn't matter if they were sinners. It didn't matter if they were mean to him, and there were plenty of people that were mean to him. He loved everyone. And that's what made him a God. That's what made him so wonderful. And so I think he expects that of us too. Now, so I hope saying that you will be a little kinder to those around you, that you will choose to do good things. And because I'll tell you what, it's just easier for people to love you if you do. If you're kinder to them, if you're nice to them, if you treat them kindly, if you obey your parents. Not that they would never love you. They would always love you. But it's just easier to love people when they're nice and kind and do right things. So keep that in mind. That'll help you. Another thing that I think is very, very important, not only for you to love others, but I think it's just as important. I really do. I think it's just as important that you love yourself. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to go around and say, I love myself. I am the best person in the world. I am the favorite child of my parent. No, that's not what that means. Loving yourself means that you're okay with yourself, and you're not down on yourself, and you're not punishing yourself, and you're not trying to hurt yourself, and you're not saying mean things to yourself. You are good with who you are. And sometimes that's hard, because sometimes we go through things that just kind of can bring us down, and that's normal. That's okay. But we don't want to ever not love ourselves enough that we would want to hurt ourselves. So I'm hoping that you will do your very best to love other people, but also to love yourself, because I think Heavenly Father wants us to do that too. And it's really hard to give full love to other people if we don't love ourselves. We can give some love, but I think it's really hard to give all of our love and full love to other people when we don't really love ourselves. So I hope you'll work on that too. Some of you are really good at loving yourself, and you're okay with that, and that's okay. Grandma, I've always been okay with myself, and I've never been too hard on myself. That doesn't mean I didn't fail at certain things. Oh, I was horrible in math. We've talked about that before. Yeah, I didn't get very good grades in math. And sometimes I didn't, when I tried out for certain things, like when I went to BYU and I was a college student. So I was older, I was 18. I tried out for the dance. It's kind of a singing group. And they had it at BYU, and only so many people could be in it. And there were hundreds of people that tried out for that. And you had to memorize this dance, and you had to do it in front of judges, and you had to do your very best. And I did my very best, and I was pleased with myself. I thought I'd done really well. And I actually got all the way up to the very last group where they had to let some people go, and then they would have their final group. And so I made it to that point, but then I didn't make it. I got cut. And yeah, that was disappointing, and I could have gone home and beat myself up and, oh man, I'm not good at anything. But you know what? I just look at it like, well, maybe I wasn't supposed to be in that group. Maybe Heavenly Father has different plans for me, and I'm supposed to be doing something else. So I moved on, and I haven't thought about it since. Yeah, it would have been fun, I'm sure, but I didn't make it, so I just moved on to the next thing I was supposed to do and forgot all about it, instead of being really down on myself, which is something that can happen, and some people do, and it's just not, it's not healthy. It's not good for your insides. It's not good for your body. So love yourself. It's easy to do if you really try hard enough. So I hope you're all doing that. Well, while I was taking my walk, I was thinking about all the things I love about each one of you. And oh my goodness, I would love to list something that I love about each one of you. But that would make a long video. I will say, there's just something about each one of you that just gets me in the heart, makes me love you even more. You know, we could start with Jonah and just say, I don't know of anybody else that has a better imagination than Jonah. He's got a really good imagination, and I love all the things that he comes up with and his drawings, and he's so good at that. And Levi is good at drawings, and Levi wants to be such a help to other people when he gets older. I love that. Eden, oh my goodness, she's got the kindest heart in the world, and she doesn't want to hurt anybody. So I love that about her. I love that Nora loves when I make funny faces at her. I love that Oslo is such a sweet, kind little, he's going to be a kind person because he's just the sweetest little boy. I just love him. Oh, all kinds of things. There's just something about every one of you. And I just love all of you. There's just different things about each one of you. Mars, pretty smart kid there. Very smart boy. And that's going to be fun to watch. Going to be fun to watch. Phoenix, you are another kind-hearted person. And just very, very sweet. And we love that about you. Amari, you're just fun. You're like Landon. You just love life. Happy to be out there and just doing all kinds of things. Love that too. Percy, he's a hard one to figure out right now. But he is a cutie little pie. And Evie, oh my goodness, just another sweetheart and just loving life. And you're at a fun stage in your life. And we just love you all for all the fun little things you do. Forrest, there's another one with an imagination and very good drawing skills, just like Levi and Jonah and a lot of you. So there's some things, I could say something about each one of you that I just love. But I thought about that today because this is the month of love. And you probably need to know that Grandma and Grandpa love you very much. So work on loving each other, especially within your families. Brothers, love each other. Brothers and sisters, love each other. And love your parents. And show your parents that you love them by doing things for them. They always like that. We talked about that before too. And I'll see you next time. Love ya. Bye.